Well, we're looking at the epidemiology the whole time as it comes in, and at the moment, I think partly because we built up such a wall of defences with the vaccination programme, I don't see anything conclusive at the moment to say that we need to deviate from the roadmap. But we've got to be cautious, and we're keeping everything under very close observation. We'll know a lot more in a few days' time.
So it's not changing your approach yet?
We're keeping everything under very, very careful, close review. We're looking at all the data as it comes in from places like Bolton, Blackburn, Bedford, Sefton, other places, just looking at those curves where they're moving, trying to understand whether the Indian variant is more transmissible, and if so, by how much more it's transmissible, and also trying to understand to what extent our vaccine programme has already sufficiently fortified us all against it. And I'm afraid we've just got a few more days of looking at that data. But as things stand at the moment, I can see nothing conclusive in the data to say that we have to deviate from the present roadmap. But we've got to be cautious, and we'll be letting people know in a few days' time.
Can you rule out a return to local lockdowns?
We just got to be cautious about the way we approach it, and we'll be letting people know as much as we can, as soon as we can. But at the moment, we don't see anything conclusive that makes us think we have to deviate from the roadmap. Obviously, we'll be letting people know as soon as we've got the data.
Your own NHS test and trace data shows that in late March, early April, travellers returning from India had higher COVID positivity than Bangladesh, only marginally lower than Pakistan. They brought back more variants of concern or interest than any other country in the world. Why then did you wait a further 2 weeks before putting India on the red list?
Well, if you look at what actually happened with the variant that we're talking about, the so-called Indian variant, the B1617.2, India was put on the red list before this was even a variant under investigation, let alone a variant of concern. So we took prompt action, and we will continue to take very, very draconian action in respect of all variants coming from wherever around the world.
Why are the rules on international travel currently so woolly? You've got 150 flights a day going to amber list countries. Do you think that's safe?
I think it's very important for people to grasp what an amber list country is. It is not somewhere where you should be going on holiday. But let me be very clear about that. And if people do go to an amber list country, if they absolutely have to for some pressing family or urgent business reason, if they have to go to an amber list country, then please bear in mind that you will have to self-isolate. You'll have to take tests and do a passenger locator form and all the rest of it. But you'll also have to self-isolate for 10 days when you get back. And that period of self-isolation, that period of quarantine, will be enforced with fines of up to £10,000. So I think it's important people understand what an amber list country is.
George Eustace said this morning it's OK to go to amber list countries to visit family and friends. Was he wrong?
I think it's very important for people to understand that if you go to an amber list country, if you absolutely have to go for some pressing reason, not a holiday, if you have to go, then bear in mind you're going to have to pay for testing, you're going to have to do a passenger locator form, all that kind of thing, but you're also going to have to self-isolate for 10 days at home, not going out, and if you fail to obey that, then you will face fines of up to £10,000. So people need to understand that an amber list country is definitely not a green list country.